Hey all, back. Want to show you something here real quick. October issue of Rosebud. Jack Nicholson on the cover. Yeah, it says Jack's back. He's got a new movie coming out. So it's like, yowza. Ooh, eye candy of the month. Hang on. Ooh, how nice. That isn't actually what I wanted to show you, but hey, I just stumbled across it. Why not? Here's what I want to show you. Cool. Pumpkin carvings. Halloween's coming. Oh, that's pretty cool stuff there. Yeah, all pumpkin carvings. Bitchin'. Anyway, October, Rosebud. Anyway, okay. We're going to make this quick, down and dirty. Q&A. You ask the questions. I'm going to try and answer them and comment back on your comments, that kind of thing. In the meantime, I'm going to load up here. First of all, I just wanted to let somebody say, a couple of you guys have been commenting on my ballast that's on the floor. Took care of it. And I unwrapped the cord from around it too. I'm not sure who it was. That's okay. There's a lot of people. Thank you, everybody. All friends, all my subscribers. Thank you very, very much for all your comments and all your tips and techniques and stuff. I've been implementing what I think is appropriate, or keeping in mind things that have been said to watch for, this kind of thing. So here's where things ended up with the whole 9 yards, okay? My fault. I was a screw up. My wife called her Audrey. Little does she know she frickin' jinxed me. What is one of the things that Audrey used to say in the movie all the time? Feed me. Yeah, well, I wasn't listening. And Audrey didn't get fed well enough. I kept her at minimum nutrients the whole time, or pretty much the whole time. That's why I was having the yellowing of the leaves. The yellowing of leaves, which was showing me a nutritional issue. Purple stems on the large fan leaves along the top, and then along the top of the stem and into the veins on the large fan leaves, I see purpling. All of this stuff was occurring because I was not feeding my plant enough. She was getting plenty of water, was getting flushed enough so there wasn't any salt buildup in the soil, and she was getting plenty of light. But she wasn't getting enough food. So all these nutrient issues were exactly what I thought. Nutrient issues. I realized this when I thought she should have been having trikes growing on her and nothing was going on, or things were going really slow. I got to thinking about everything. When I got to thinking, you know, when my pH was so messed up at 8 to 8.5 and I wasn't doing anything about that, and then adding nutrients to it and jacking their pH through the frickin' roof, and I'm going, my goodness, I'm surprised the plant even lived the way I was treating that poor girl. Man, she has put out a bumper crop for what I've done to her. And you know what? The other two, they will get the feedings they deserve. Because now, like I said, over all this time, I've learned a lot since February, people. From you, from my consultant, everybody. And sometimes people have left stuff out. Now, that might be my fault by not asking the proper questions or wording a question to get the information the information I'm looking for. So I'm not blaming anybody for any of it. This is my whole entire fault, and like I said, I am surprised this plant even got as far as she did. So anyway, the 2 clones I took over her are far healthier now than that plant was after I sit there and vegged her and vegged her and vegged her and vegged her. Oh, and someone asked about that. You only have to blow. The reason why she was in veg for so long is because I didn't have the money for a light for my flowering room. Excuse me. I didn't have an HPS set up. I kept looking and looking and looking until something popped into my price range, and I found a setup. If you look at my grow room video on my cost of my grow room, I picked up a older Sunlight Systems 1,000-watt HPS system with a slightly used bulb, real cheapo. I think it's like a $35 reflector. It's a real cheap piece of crap. But I just bowed it back. I just bowed it out to try and get a good wide spread on the light. But it took me a long time to come up with the money. Unemployed, and I had to feed my kids, and I got to feed my horses, and I got to feed my animals, and I got to feed my face, and pay the bills, and so on and so forth. That always came last, and it kept coming last. So I just kept feeding her and watering her and keeping her and feeding her and water. And I had her, and you'll notice in my YouTube videos, you notice my videos didn't actually start till June. That's when I transplanted her from I think it was a 1-gallon pot. I transplanted her into the 5-gallon pot, and the grow room I had her in was literally nothing more than a bunch of space blankets wrapped around kind of in a circle with the kind of light setup I used to have. I changed that whole entire light setup, by the way, in my veg room. It's completely different now after I got a little short video. You'll see that when it gets to it. But anyway, yeah, all those problems were all mine. Everything, all the nutrient problems, all mine. Time till the plant finishes. You know what? None of us are going to know any of that until this plant finishes, because none of us are growing this strain except me. So this is going to be real interesting to find out how that finishes. Flushing time. I've gotten from people, from the manufacturer, the flush that I got says 2 days. For a final flush, 2 days. And people tell me up to as long as 2 weeks. My consultant says a week. So I think what I'm going to do, what I was trying to do in the beginning, I was going to do a 3-day hard flush for 3 days, maybe 4 days, and then pull it. You know, almost a week. But this time I'm just going to go ahead and wait a full week before I flush. Now, when I did it the other day, I basically did a nutrient flush. So I just come back with some nutrients on it until I can get this plant to finish out. So, there you go. Now, on my clones, some guys have said that they're all indica. Well, there is a Durban poison in there. The one with the skinny leaves, I would assume, is the Durban poison. Okay. Now, the strawberry compass, I am assuming, is the large plant, but it's supposed to be sativa dominant. Why has it got fat leaves? Unless that's just a characteristic of that plant, I don't know. But most of I have tried the Banana Kush, the Chem Dog, the Durban poison, strawberry cop. So I can at least, when I grow those in the flowering room, I can at least identify those. The Bubba Kush, I don't think is going to be too hard to identify based on the fact that it's a Kush. Chem Dog on the east or on the west coast, it's an OG Kush. So that's going to be, if Chem Dog really is OG Kush, then the Chem Dog, that'll be very distinguishable what that is. Then Headband is supposed to be another OG/Sour D cross or Sour D. I imagine if it's indica dominant, it's going to be OG Sour D or something like that. I don't know what these strains are crossed at, but they're heavy. And then the Twisted Sister, of course, I told you about the Twisted Sister. Or no, I didn't. Seeds. Twisted Sister. Got those. I got 13 seeds off of a bud, off of some medicine that I bought at a dispensary because the medicine was on sale because the flowering room was stressed. It got too hot, stressed out some of the females in the room. They produced some seed. So it was on sale, was fairly decent. And I ended up with 13 seeds. The first 3 I sprouted didn't make it. They died on me for some reason. It's like they sprouted and then died. Then I go, okay, lucky numbers. 3, 7. Okay, 7 being my second in the series of lucky numbers. I go, let's germinate 7 seeds. All 7 of them germinated, as you can tell. All of them. But 2 of them are kind of, But anyway, that's where the Twisted Sister came from for the individual. I think it was either yesterday or earlier today. They asked me where I got the Twisted Sister seeds. That's where they came from. They came from a stressed female. Truly feminized seeds, I guess, but we're just going to have to wait to see it. So I got 7 different phenotypes on that particular strain. So we just have to wait and see what happens on that. Okay? But there it is. That's it. But like I said, thank you all for all your tips, your suggestions, tips, comments, all that stuff. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for accepting me into the medical marijuana community. Oh, you know what, folks? There is something that we need to do today. There is something that I heard that is really bad, and it really hurt the medical marijuana community. Let's have 42 seconds of silence. Oh, I better tell you for who. 42 seconds of silence for Michelle Rainey. She lost her battle with cancer. Yeah, she lost her battle with cancer, and she was an advocate from Canada that was working with Mark Emery to fight this oppressive bullcrap with cannabis. It's really sad that we've lost one of our fighting individuals, and like I said, she lost her battle with cancer, and my heart goes out to her and to her family and friends. God bless her. We'll all miss her. That's all I have to say today. Thanks. Talk to you later. Stay high.